While a House Republican proposal to tax the tuition waivers of graduate students may not be among the highest-profile Trump-era assaults on people of color, it represents a serious threat to racial equality. If included in the final tax plan, it would disproportionately harm non-white graduate students and be disastrous for the already dismal diversity of academia, putting an additional roadblock between people of color and the ivory tower and depriving all of us of their desperately needed intellectual contributions. If graduate students were to be taxed on free tuition valued at tens of thousands of dollars, the bulk of their small stipends would have to go to pay tuition tax, rendering doctoral education inaccessible for all but the independently wealthy. Though the Senate tax plan thankfully does not appear to include a proposal of this kind, the House plan to tax graduate students like me not just on the modest stipends we receive in exchange for being the backbone of university teaching workforces, but also on the free tuition we receive would be ruinous. It is obscene that Republican members of Congress are even considering shifting a tax burden off the likes of Donald Trump and his heirs and onto overworked, underpaid, and sometimes even homeless graduate students. The effects of this tax would be overly felt by students of color, who already face too many barriers to entering the American academy. The result, academia would become whiter and less inclusive than it already is. And what it already is, frankly, is shameful. On average, 75 out of every 100 full-time faculty members at four-year colleges are white, the Chronicle of Higher Education found last year after evaluating 400,000 professors at 1,500 colleges, adding that just 5 are black, and even fewer are Hispanic. This disparity grows only worse when you look at tenured faculty members. 79% are white, and only 4% are black. Such a racially monolithic faculty is woefully underprepared to teach a future student population, given that most United States newborn babies are now non-white, and there are already some freshman classes, such as at Harvard, that are majority non-white. A tuition tax would also worsen the many problems that have long kept university faculties from being diverse. It's no surprise, given that the median wealth of white families is 12 times the wealth of black, and that the average wealth gap between white and black families appears to be growing, that white scholars have long had a significant advantage in overcoming the profoundly expensive costs of obtaining doctorates and entering academia. The effects of this racial inequality are felt generationally. The New York Times has reported that professors and lecturers have parents who are professors and lecturers at a rate of 5 times the rest of the population. And the chances of black candidates being offered a professorship when they only have the same terminal degree as white candidates are daunting. A 2014 study found that African American millennials have to earn 2 educational levels higher than their white counterparts in order to have the same employment probability. Yet another existing barrier to diverse academia is the racial disparity of undergraduate student debt.